Alright guys, welcome back to Andy Plays DGV. We're back for round 2 of the DGV Players Tour. We're playing Nokia, the Beast, front 9. We shot 6 under on Emporia, which I feel out of these 4 courses, or maybe excluding Northern Breeze, out of the 3 real life courses anyway, Emporia is, I definitely feel like, is my weakest course. Those narrow fairways are tricky, as we found out. Lots of OB to be had. Anyway, jumping into the Beast. For this first hole, I take the accurate roll sapphire, default aim, with half a disc of hyzer, and then that will go flying into the trees. Which it's not done what it's meant to. Oh my god. In the 20 or so times I practiced this hole over the last couple of days, that has never happened. Every single time, it's gone into the leaves have slowed it down, and it just drops down next to the basket perfectly. But of course, in the tournament that doesn't happen, and it throws a spanner in the works. But it's not the end of the world. We have a clear look at the basket, and we're not that far away. 23 meters, a little bit downhill, something like that maybe. Yep. So we still get the birdie. It's not the end of the world, but my goodness, was that frustrating. When you try something, you practice it over and over and over again, and you have it dialed down, and when it comes to doing it in the tournament, and just for some reason, it just doesn't work. Frustrating, but nevertheless, we move on. Bit of a tricky wind for this hole. I think so. Normally, in a 1 wind, my play is default aim, glide roll, Zeus, pretty much a straight pullback, and it just takes you straight to the basket. So it's a very easy hole. Problem is the wind messes this hole up. So with this left to right strong wind here, if I do that exact same shot, even if I put an anhyzer on the disc to fight the wind, as the disc is fading, the wind will push it, and it will go OB, because I've done that in practice many times. So what I really want is a bit more of a like if it was more diagonal rather than straight left to right, so it was more of a tailwind, it would actually help. So I think I'm going to disc down to the sapphire, accurate glide sapphire, keep it at default aim. No, I'm going to bring it down a bit, so that, yeah, just in strong winds you want to keep the disc low. And then I think I'm going to put some anhyzer on it. How much anhyzer? Let's go 2/3 of a disc. Something like that. Looking good. Raw. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. 20 meters away. That's fine. And I'm not OB. That's the main thing. Which I think if I'd thrown the Zeus, well, actually I know if I'd thrown the Zeus I would have gone OB. So that was the right decision. 20 meters, crosswinds. This is going to lift it. So something like that. Put a little bit of anhyzer on it. Oh, I only just got it over the rim of the basket, but we got the birdie. 2 for 2 so far. Off to possibly one of the hardest holes on the course next. Definitely the easiest hole. Well, not the easiest, but definitely the hole that you can really rack up a big score on, but also one of the few holes that give the opportunity for an eagle. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping now and tell you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to change to forehand, take the accurate roll sapphire, and the reason why I'm throwing forehand is because I want to be on the right side of the fairway, which will open up the angle to the pin for the second shot. So default aim, and straight pullback. I'm just going to put a little bit of anhyzer on it just to stabilize it a little bit against that wind. And that's basically where I want to be. So you can see if you'd gone backhand and you ended up on the left hand side of the fairway, it really, really cuts off that angle that you have to the green. Anyway, next shot, I'm going to take the Paradigm, slide over a little more once again to open up the angle. I kind of normally aim in this gap, but I don't know, I'm scared that it's not going to turn enough, so I'm just going to move over just a little bit more to be safe. And then with the Paradigm, I'm going to go half a disc of hyzer. And that's turned nicely. I like the look of this. Like the look of that. Nice skip. I'm going to end up not behind the big tree, which is awesome. Quite often you can get stuck behind this big tree, which completely blocks your look for eagle, and just means you have to lay up. But here we have a look for eagle. Although 35 meters away, like, it's definitely makeable. But I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit of risk reward going on here. I'd say it's probably a 60% chance that I make this. If I don't make it and I hit the basket and I go OB long, then I'm going to be really sad. But if I do get the eagle, I'm definitely gaining strokes on the field. But then again, if I'm birdieing, am I gaining strokes on the field? Possibly. Possibly not. Well, I don't know what to do. What a conundrum. Let's play it safe. Let's lay it up. Oh, no, I just said that, and I'm like, no, go for it. No, can't decide what to do. I'm laying up. Aim down at the basket. Aim down, maybe that far down, and then maybe just like not even 20. There we go. That'll do. That's a nice layup. Just take the birdie. Move on. Take the birdie, move on. I've got the birdie. We move on. Now we're into the woods. I think there's 3 holes in a row that are all very heavily wooded, if I remember rightly. On this hole, the objective is to get through this first gap. After that, you can normally scramble your way for a birdie. This wind's not very nice though. It's not very nice wind. So yeah, this gap here. And it's real tricky because this bit of cabbage up here, these leaves, is super low hanging. So even if you make the gap, 9 times out of 10 you also hit the leaves and you don't go much further, but that's fine because the gap is what you want. So with that yapping, can't remember if I slide or not. Let's not slide. Let's put it back in the middle. Okay, aim down at this tree. And then in this wind, I'm going to do like 2/3, or maybe 3/4, or maybe 71.3% hyzer. Something like that. Missed the tree. We missed the tree, but we did hit the leaves, but that's fine. So it did exactly what I thought it was going to, but that's fine because once you get through that gap, the fairway opens up massively. You can see now I have not exactly a clear path, but a route to the basket. Although it's not one without hazards in this wind. So I take the Accurate Royal Sapphire again, aim kind of down here, and I'm going to put quite a bit of hyzer on it. Try and turn it round here. This is looking nice. Stop. Don't go too far. Oh, nice. Okay, and we've got a putt. We're within 10 meters. And we make it. Okay, so we get the birdie. Hole 5. Oh, this isn't heavily wooded, but this is another relatively easy hole. I can throw 4. I have a backhand and a forehand line The backhand line is a bit more riskier because it kind of challenges this tree here, which has all the collision points on it. If you touch any leaf, you just smack down. So I find that the forehand route's a little bit safer, a little bit more boring, but it's safer. And just a little touch of anhyzer to flex it down this fairway, like so, and stop. Ooh. Probably should have actually thrown the roll sapphire now, in hindsight. Forgot my discs mixed up, but that's fine. Once again, within 10 meters of the basket. Take that all day long. In for birdie. Hole 6. This one's tricky. If you don't reach the green, you're in all sorts of trouble. The rough around the green is horrific. You can be within, a couple of meters of the pin and just not be able to see it and not be able to get there. Anyway, once again, enough yapping. Right, slide to the left to kind of open up the fairway as much as possible. I'm going to throw the glide, roll sapphire, aim down a bit, and then kind of a straight pull back, just a hint of hyzer. Just a hint, just to bring it back this way. And we're on the green. Fantastic. Wow. It's not really green, is it? It's more brown, but anyway, 16 meters, a little bit uphill, but no real wind. Nice, get the birdie. That hole can get real tricky if you've got real strong crosswind as well. Okay, down the final stretch. This hole, excuse my French, is a bitch. Possibly, in my opinion, it's the hardest hole on the course. You've got to get through. Spoiler alert! I'm going to throw the light glide paradigm. You have to get through this gap here. Once you get through this gap, once again it kind of opens up, ish, with routes to the basket. You don't want to end up down here because it's just hell down here. You want to stay high. And so the reason why I'm throwing this disc is because the turn goes through this gap very easily and then comes back up the hill, which is kind of counterintuitive because you think you would want to like flex through the pin and then drift back down to the basket, but that's not the case. With the way the trees are past this gap, you actually want to be left hand side. So I like to aim down at this tree here. This wind is not good though, and could lead to potential issues, but screw it, we just got to try, eh? Anyway, I like to aim down at this tree here at the base, and I'm going to give it a full disc's worth of hyzer. And then, oh my god! So you know what I was saying about you try things over and over and over and over again, and then it goes wrong in the tournament? Yeah, that. That was a full disc of hyzer. It's frustrating. That is very, very frustrating. Half tempted to just throw it again. Because, like I said, look at this. Although, I can maybe see a route of going through here, but that gap is quite a long way away, so the chance of me hitting it is low. What I actually think the play is here is on a forehand going through this gap here and hoping and praying. Although What happens if we just go down the road? What happens if we just go down the road and then shoot up the... I've not been... I've been, like, further down here, but I've not been here before. So I'm a little bit lost, if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to go the forehand route. I think that's just the smart thing to do. Once again, this wind is not going to help. This is probably just going to fly into lots of leaves and then not go very far. Okay. That was better than I could have ever expected. So one really shit shot, one kind of good shot. Once again, excuse my French. This is kind of where I want to be. This is where I kind of expect to be off the tee. Is around about here. 45 meters to the pin. This branch is the most annoying branch in the world, and they need to get rid of it. I'm not running it because if you go long, once again I told you it's a whole load of pain down there. So I'm just going to try and lay this up. Something like that. Oi. I thought I left that a little bit short. Okay, we'll take par there. After that tee shot and how badly it went, I'm perfectly fine with taking par there. Okay, last two holes. This one, possibly the easiest hole on the course. Accurate roll, Explorer, and we've just got the one wind as well, like a disc and a bit of hyzer. And the fade will bring it round to the basket, and boom, parked. 7 meters, boom, done. Move on. Hole 9 can be tricky. Hole 9 can be tricky. So there's two routes. Luckily we don't have a 3 wind. There's two routes. There's a backhand route down this gap here. It's low ceiling, narrow. No thank you. Not for me anyway. Then there's the forehand hyzer this way. And that's the route that I'll be taking. I don't think I slide, so I'll slide back to the middle. I aim at this flag here. I change to forehand. God blimey. And then I'm going to put full disc of hyzer. Wait, what's the wind doing again? It's pushing. It should be okay. Go. Miss the leaves. Come round to the basket. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on. Do we have a putt? 11 meters. Yes, we do. Boom. In. 8 under. I will take that. 8 under on the beast? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You can't see me right now, but I've got a fat smile on my face. Yeah. I've not shot 9 under in I don't think I've even shot 8 under in practice. I think 7 is the highest I shot in practice. So to shoot 8 under in the tournament, I'm very happy about. Some weird breaks in there, but we got there in the end. So 14 under through 2. If I can repeat that on Maple Hill and Northern Breeze, 28 under. Yes, please. I will take that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. It's a long one. I rambled lots, but thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for Maple Hill Front 9.